Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day overall. I hope you're having. I'm about to tell you about the most exciting thing, the best thing that you could do as a K-pop fan while you're in Seoul, South Korea. So for the record, I've been to Korea only once with my sister. We stayed there for a month. But I could say that throughout that time we definitely have experienced all of, let's say, most of the things that K-pop fan would want to cross off their bucket list while traveling to Korea. So I think I am in a good position to tell you what is so worth it spending your money and time on, which is joining an audience at a music show program recording. Because to this day, whenever I think about it, I turn into a giggly mess and cannot stop smiling. And mind you, it's been almost half a year. Okay, but how do I even get in? That's a good question. Well, it's actually pretty easy. You just type in your Google search or anything, K-pop music show tickets, and you buy the tickets. Simple as that. I always thought it was much more difficult, at least in the past when I was younger and I started to think to myself like, hey, I want to go to Korea sometime. And I started looking through things that maybe I would want to do. Everyone was saying that getting into those music bank, Inkigayo and stuff was almost impossible to get in, especially when you're a foreigner. So I kind of gave up on that idea at the time. I wasn't even planning a trip to Korea in the first place, so my sister and I, we bought our tickets on a website called Tracy. They offer pretty cool packages for foreigners with guided tour around Seoul. In our case, we bought tickets for the show broadcasted on Tuesday, which happened to be our second day in Seoul, so we went for that. I would like to mention that you don't have to go to that guided tour, but still you have to pay the full price. I think it's mostly because all the things that we saw at the tour were free. In our case, it was like 94 euros, and for Inkigayo, it's more expensive, as I know. The thing with Inkigayo tickets is also that it sells out pretty fast, I would say, because when we bought our tickets for the show, there were still some spots left, but for Inkigayo it was sold out like a few weeks ahead. So if your trip is approaching and you're still hesitant if you want to buy or not, don't postpone it anymore, like go get it. I mean it. Get it. No. Because it may be too late tomorrow. Don't underestimate K-pop fans when it comes to selling out. Learned the hard way. Moving on to the day of the show. The meeting point was at the exit of a subway station, and we had to find the staff with the flag. We had to show confirmation of our payment, and they gave us a number for queuing, and it indicates like order in which we would enter the studio later in the evening. And that lady took us to the Gwanghwamun Square National Museum, the Stream, then this really cool place. The name was also very tricky. I think it's like an abbreviation for something, but it had like an art gallery. The second floor was with K-pop stuff. We unfortunately didn't go there, me with my sister, because it was packed. So we just went to see what's on other floors, and we just went for the coffee. After that free time, we were headed to the bus provided by Trezi that took us to the SBS Tower. When we arrived, again, we were given some free time. It's a great opportunity to meet and talk to other K-pop fans. And so they were asking like, oh, who are you most excited to see today? Who are you here for? And I will stop right here because I haven't told you yet. The reason that I even got interested in getting the tickets was ZEROBASEONE! Long story short, after they come back with Good So Bad, I was really excited to get tickets for their Timeless World Tour in Seoul because it happened to be in the same time that we were in Korea. But unfortunately, they sold out pretty fast for all 3 days. I was pretty heartbroken. So I, being myself, decided to see them no matter what. Like, I was so determined to get to see Good So Bad live. I was like thinking and then wait a minute. When a K-pop group releases new album, they promote at music shows. So I wanted to try to get into one of those shows, and I did. So obviously I was most excited to see ZEROBASEONE, but the girls told me to calm down because it's most likely pre-recorded and we won't get a chance to see them. They probably not even here anymore. Okay, that broke my heart. But I knew that she was right, so I decided to not care about it that much because there were obviously other artists that I really wanted to see, like for example Bang Ye-dam, former Treasure member. He is awesome. I was too excited to be sad, you know. Moving on. We line up according to our numbers we received. We enter the studio, and the first thing that I noticed when we enter is how insanely close we are to the stage. It feels really private because there were not that many people, at least not as much I would expect. I felt VIP. So everyone is taking their seat, the staff is running around preparing everything for the broadcast, and then we see 3 people in the dark approaching and standing right in front of me and my sister, the place that we were sitting. It's like a staircase with the audience, yeah, the staircase, and there's a platform in front. There are MCs, and we were like directly in front of them, but like higher. We were like second or third row from the top, I think. Still, there weren't many people in front of us. So I'm starting to hear some voices behind us. Oh my god, is that Intak? And I'm just there sitting like, who? And then the lights turn on and there he is. With those puppy eyes. He was making eye contact and waving to as many people as he could. So obviously with us too, but I didn't know who he was. I feel bad. My sister is whispering to me, is that P1 Harmony Intak? Well, that's what I've heard. So, who's that other guy? I don't know, but he's from P1 Harmony probably too. Well, that would make sense. It was Theo, by the way. And we didn't care about that too much, but we still took every chance we got to look at them, smile at them, wave at them, because they were just so lovely. They are so sweet. I kid you not. Their contact with fans, with the audience was amazing. Like even during the commercial breaks, they would interact with people, fans, sitting the closest, they were talking with them. And for people sitting on the opposite side of the studio, really far away, they also had interactions. I think like they communicated like with the banner. The girl was changing her cards and just writing stuff to them, and they were reacting. So they were just the best. They really did great job as MCs. So the lineup for the night was pretty long, so I have to admit that I didn't really know all of them. There was also one group that went outside to their fans while we were waiting to enter the building, they were giving out their photo cards, I think, and posing for pictures, signing things for people, but we didn't come up to them. I think that would be kind of disrespectful for them. I wouldn't feel okay with that if I came up to them not knowing who they were, and, I don't know, pretending just so I can get a signed picture. Anyway, the performances were awesome. Like, I had so much fun. It was bop after bop after bop after bop after bop. I felt like I didn't pay enough for that concert. Some of the groups were performing live and some of them were pre-recorded, as you can also see on the internet. And for us, the live audience, the artist, it just comes from backstage on the stage and either performs the choreo or just jams to the song and has some interactions with the audience that is right in front of the stage, the standing. But unfortunately they leave really early, like half the song or even less, and they just wave goodbye and leave. Jedam. When I catch you, Jedam. Now we finally reach the main character of the night, at least for me, ZEROBASEONE. Both of their stages were pre-recorded, but they stayed with us like pretty long. First there was Kill the Romeo. They performed the whole song and were about to leave, I think, but I still remember Konuk like sitting on the floor when the Good So Bad started and like looking at his members like, guys, are we still doing it? And I think the rest got the approval from the staff, so they joined Konuk and performed Good So Bad for us. They performed almost the whole song. They even had to come back for Eugene to get him off the stage. They got their first win with Good So Bad. So we also got to enjoy finally them singing the song at the encore. So I was there when they did that umbrella peekaboo thing and got the teddy bear on stage for some reason. When the show was over and we were leaving the building, we saw people gathering. So we were like, what's going on? I don't know, but let's just wait and see. Then it turned out that everyone was just waiting for the idols to walk down the stairs and to take some pictures of them and have some cute interactions. So that was pretty dope, in my opinion. Like, we didn't get the best spot for that though, because on the other side, they had like the full view of them. There were much more people, fan sites probably too. I don't enjoy the crowds, okay? Also, at our spot, it's kind of like a better chance to be noticed by your favorite idol, but that's like on a side note, like small tip from me. So after that experience, we were so hyped that we decided to get tickets for the next date in hopes of seeing P1 Harmony this time. Because, you know, after the first show, we kind of became curious about the gentleman that we've been interacting so kindly throughout the whole night. So after listening to some of their songs and adding it to our daily playlist, of course we found out that they're having a comeback, so we were hoping for them to join the lineup of the show. I actually found out later, watching the clips from the first show that we attended, that Theo did mention that they are having a comeback. He said that twice.
컴백합니다. 그리고 저희 컴백합니다, 여러분.
But I was too busy looking at ZEROBASEONE, okay? Especially the Konuk and Gyuvin that were right in front of us, like the closest to me and my sister. So we were like, now that I talk about it, it's embarrassing because what we did.
네, 더쇼 초이스 제로베이스원 소감 들어볼게요.
They saw me like that. Embarrassing as fuck. So right before the second date of the show, we almost had our biases picked. We liked their songs, come back with sad song. So obviously we were so happy to see that they were gonna join the lineup. Like, that's a win. That's a win. Like, everything lines up for me. You know, God does have favorites, and I hate to break it to you, but that's me. I'm the favorite. If you want anything, just make me want it too, and you'll get that. So this time we didn't go for the city tour, obviously, and we just went straight to the venue. And this time we had much higher number for the queuing. So imagine our faces when we enter the studio and they instruct us to sit right at the front row. So I don't know how the numbering works there, but okay. We did have like a metal bar in front of us that could like block your view if you were like had a short torso or something, but it wasn't like too disturbing. So the time to go on air was slowly approaching, and so the MCs of the day entered the venue, and this time we were sitting on the other side of the studio, so we just could like catch a glimpse of them looking like this at them because they were like right across the studios. But Xiaojun, guys, he's the sweetest. When he entered the venue, he dropped everything he had with him, like the cue cards and everything, went back to us to greet everyone in the audience. He's so sweet. I don't know how much they're paying him, but that's not enough. Give him a raise. Then there's also Nana and the other guy, and I am trying to figure out who that is. The guy seems very like self-conscious and nervous. I would say he wasn't really also into like fan interaction or anything, just like polite greeting and then going back to looking at the floor. No one is here for me anyway. Why would I lie to myself? Very Nugu vibes, I would say. And then I look at him, and it's Xiaojun, guys. Xiaojun. NCT Xiaojun. And now I remember like one tweet that I once saw that SM is doing everything to make Wavy believe that they're Nugu and no one knows them, and like I think they succeeded, not gonna lie. But anyway, on the other hand, he was so tiny, like he's just so precious. Oh my god, like I don't know how I imagined him to be in real life, but I thought he's small, like I don't know. Throughout the whole night, he was just so visibly stressing about his job, if he's doing everything right, like asking the staff, other hosts, if like showing them his card and asking probably for pronunciation or to practice with him the dance moves that they do sometimes before introducing another performer. He was visibly so nervous. And I want him to know that he's doing an amazing job as an MC, and he doesn't need to stress out like that. Please, you're doing great, you're doing amazing, and many people love you and appreciate you. You're too hard on yourself. Every time there was a stage that I wasn't necessarily interested in, I was just like looking at him, trying to catch a glimpse, like somehow maybe catch his attention by staring. Okay, that's ridiculous, but yeah, I did that, I'm sorry. But no, he was just too immersed in his job, you know. So when they were headed, the MCs were headed to the encore, they were passing by us again, and Xiaojun was also like dashing. He's got a job to do. He's going, not greeting anyone, not waving. So I took it upon myself to become the hero the moment he was in front of me. Xiaojun! And guys, oh my god, he turned at me, of course, because he heard, with the most beautiful smile I've seen. It made my day. It made my life. He looked very happy that anyone tried to grab his attention, so he stopped for a while and took some time to wave at other people at my sector. So that's how I became the hero of the people sitting right behind us. Like, you're welcome. I'm so proud of myself, oh my god. There were many great idols performing on that day. My favorite performance of a group that I didn't know before the show was definitely I Don't Think I Like Her by Charlie Puth. It was performed by a group called, in Korean, it's written like Beno, so like in English it would be probably Veno. The vocals were served, the visuals were served, and who is this blonde diva? I decided to be smart, this time outside of the building with the idols walking down the stairs, and catch their attention. I got this app. I just had it like this, very like brightly, and I could see my like reflection also. I know that was visible, you could see that, and I did succeed. All of the members saw that, and I had some great interactions with them, and it was kind of funny because all of them, you could see that they were struggling like to see what's written there, like they were squinting like this, and then oh my god, when I tell you about my interaction with Gon, he's now my bias, obviously. When I was holding the sign, then my sister was obviously in charge of recording the interactions, but you know, when you're in the moment, you kind of forget to look at what you're recording, if you're recording. Yeah, she was busy freaking out about my interaction with Gon that she forgot to press record. Okay, guys, it happens. It happened to all of us. I tried to find some video because maybe someone other like recorded that, but no, there are like more videos from the other side of the building that I told you that there's more people from our side. No one really shared those videos, so I cannot show you that. So it was like that. He's going down and he squints to see, and he's like, oh, sends me a flying kiss. I'm like, and I sent one back. When I sent back my kiss, he's just like, oh. He made a whole scene. It made me question. You sent me a flying kiss, I sent you a flying kiss, and you're acting like that. Like, what are we? Stan Veno. I even got their album because they had comeback. So whoever made them perform on music shows with a cover song in order to promote their newest comeback with Automatic, pat yourself on the back. You did an amazing job. You deserve a raise, really. You got me with that. You got me. At this point, we've reached the star of the night and the star of this video, I feel, because it's basically a story how I became a piece. Ladies and gentlemen,
hello, we are P1 Harmony.
First song that they performed that was not pre-recorded was All You, and it was such a vibe. Oh my god, I was so hyped for them that I was screaming so hard and so loud and so long that I can hear myself on the video. Opening sound is my screaming. Yeah, I was like so happy to see them, but at the same time I was really hoping that I'm not disturbing anyone with my screaming, especially like the staff lady that was right in front of us. I tried to not look at her and her reactions because I was too scared. But at the same time I was like, I have nothing to lose. I can get escorted because I screamed too much for P1 Harmony. I would wear it as a badge of honor. When it came to the sad song, it was pre-recorded and they left so early. Excuse me, I'm still mad at that. But I decided not to dwell on it so much because I was like, hey, they're gonna perform on Encore anyway. But as the time to announce the results was approaching, my sister was like, you know what, there's actually a huge chance that they might not win today. So I was like, you're joking. Like, what do you mean? I came here to see sad song performed twice, and that may be it. Like, the short time they were on the stage was supposed to be it. She told me that she's been observing also the audience, the crowd, and they seem to enjoy more Psycher's performance, and there was also their comeback. So there was like a huge chance that probably Psychers would win. So that got me stressed the whole time. I was like, we're gonna go to the show for P1 Harmony because they had a comeback. So they're going to perform 2 songs because that's a comeback stage, and then they're gonna perform Encore because they win. Oh no. ZEROBASEONE did it for me. P1 Harmony could do that for me too, right? So when it was time to announce the winner, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And P1 Harmony won. As I said earlier, just make me want it too and you'll get that. Anyway, now to the point that really made me fall in love with P1. You know, after the encore stage is over, idols say their thank yous for the trophy and leave the stage. But with P1 it was different. On YouTube you can see the clip from that win. At the end Kiho says thank you and cut. That's the video. But when you were there, boys stayed on that stage for so long. Throughout the whole time they were thanking people, greeting them, and really you could see that appreciation that they have for that award. It even got to the point that the intimidating lady I told you about was kind of getting irritated. The lights were on, the staffs were sweeping the floor, trying to get us to leave. But there are on the stage, the whole situation between us, the audience pieces, and P1 Harmony on that stage were like, you know, that situation like, you hang up, no, you hang up, you hang up, but it was, you leave first, no, you leave first, you leave first, you leave first. We see them finally moving to the exit, but no, Kiho started saying thank yous in English for us. We thought they are about to leave because they stayed there enough time, you know, but no, they just moved to the other part of the audience and started thanking in English, and it just got... That was the sweetest, most sincere, genuine, kind, full of gratitude and love interaction between K-pop group and their fans I've ever seen or maybe just experienced. That's what really got me to love them too. I'm starting to get emotional again. After something like this, you can't not fall in love with them. Like, if there on the audience was anyone that didn't know about them before that show, or just wasn't that much interested in them but didn't get into them or even got curious about them after that experience, I don't know, they're lying, because there's no way. Of course, after the show at the front of the building, we will also showing them the love you sign. This time my sister was holding the phone and I was in charge of recording. I was just waving to Theo and didn't record it properly, but I think you can forgive me that, because I just got lost in the moment, okay? So again, whoever made Intak and Theo be special MCs for the show before their comeback to promote said song, good job, you got me there again. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you're planning your trip to Korea, and especially if you know that your favorite artist is having a comeback, I would definitely recommend getting those tickets, because there's a huge chance you're going to see them live and you're going to maybe discover new groups and have some interactions. It's really one of my favorite memories from Korea, and I mean, you cannot experience it anywhere else. I don't really know how to end the video. Ending fairy. Yeah, I'm sorry. So maybe I would just